So you probably heard about the news that Apple now allows developers to put a link to an external site from their mobile apps where they can accept payments. And if the payment is taken at this external site, Apple does not take any commission fee anymore. This is only valid for users in the United States, but let's accept it. Most of the revenue in the app stores is also generated in the United States, so this is such an important decision. Apple didn't really take this decision by itself, so they have sort of been forced to take this decision by the decision of the court due to the conflict between Epic Games and Apple. I'm not going to get into the details of this. I actually talked about this in a previous video that I published in my YouTube channel. But in this one, I'm going to talk about if it is really worth putting that link to an external site from your mobile app to be able to increase your revenue or profit. You may think that, this makes a lot of sense because you're going to skip paying the commission fee to Apple. But the question is if people will really press on that link to go to an external site and make the payment there instead of making the payment within the app itself. And regarding this, we've started seeing some numbers. I've seen a post on the platform X from the founder and CEO of RevenueCat. For those of you who doesn't know yet, what RevenueCat is. It's a subscription management solution for mobile apps in particular. They have a bunch of other types of services as well, so if you're interested, you can go to their website and check it out. But their CEO says in a post on the platform X, we have initial data from our large-scale test of web purchases. We are seeing a 25 to 45% drop in conversion rate when comparing a fully in-app purchase experience to a fully web-based flow with equivalent prices and products. So you may think that you're going to skip paying the commission fee to Apple and you're going to generate a lot more revenue. But the question is if it will really happen in the practice. People are so used to make these payments within the apps through the Apple's payment gateway, which they heavily trust. And that's actually one of the reasons why they choose to purchase an Apple product rather than buying another type of product. Trust plays a lot of role here. And pressing on an external link and going to an external site and bringing up the credit card and putting in all the details just to be able to make a small purchase for enabling certain features within an app. It is it's a cumbersome process for the user itself. And a lot of people may actually choose to stay within the app even if it may cost a few dollars more to make the purchase. Especially if you are a small developer. So you shouldn't really spend time on developing new solutions outside of the app itself because it's going to create a lot of additional work for you to maintain. Not only that, Apple, in this case, when people make their purchases within the app, Apple acts like a merchant of record here, meaning that they take care of the sales taxes and VAT taxes and all of these kinds of things for you on your behalf so that you don't need to deal with these problems in detail. If you start accepting payments through an external payment gateway, such as Stripe, let's say, you will need to deal with international taxation, which is not an easy process to deal with actually. In my honest opinion, if you want to increase your revenue and even profit from your app, the solution is not really related to putting additional payment solutions within the app. It's actually very much related to the value that your app is giving to the users, and also how frictionless it is to take the payment from the user. If the user chooses to use the Apple's payment gateway, they will just pick the package that they're interested in and confirm their purchase, and that's it, because their payment details are already registered within the Apple's ecosystem. If they go to an external site, they will need to bring up their credit card and put in all the details and name, address in most cases, card details, and etc. It's a cumbersome process. But not only that, there's a trust issue here as well. So it is very likely that users haven't really heard about your brand before, but people have a lot of trust for Apple. And you, as a small developer, shouldn't really get mad at Apple in this case, because they have created this marketplace for you and for a lot of other developers so that you can actually develop a simple product and make it available around the world for anyone, all the way from Australia to the United States. Maybe, close to 200 countries. They take care of international taxation for you and everything. They solve a very significant problem. And obviously there's going to be a fee for this. You may think that the fee itself is sort of high, but it is their marketplace, and that is Apple is the company who decides the fee here. which may feel a bit unfair. I can understand that, and you should also know that I'm not an Apple fanboy or anything like that, but the platform that they've created, and a lot of people have a lot of trust for their platform, has a meaning here that you shouldn't ignore. If you're a small developer, don't really spend a lot of time for adding an external payment gateway solution to your app. Instead, improve the quality of the app and try to increase your downloads, because if you get more downloads, it is very likely that your revenue will be going up as well. Thanks for listening. See you next time.